I'm Arsiak Vartenian. When my Armenian father and Jordanian mother decided to settle in the great city of Chicago, they couldn't have picked a better place for this budding lifestyle reporter to learn the ropes. Here in Humboldt Park, Roberto Maldonado heads up the 26th Ward. What are your top priorities for your ward?
Public safety, for me, it's the #1 priority.
You'll find a new kind of luxury at the Elysian, where owner David Pisor is doing things a bit differently. Your hotel is beautiful. What sets the Elysian apart?
We really set it up to be less like a hotel, more like an estate.
It's not time to check out, but it is time to go shopping. See you later. What fashion advice would you give us Chicagoans?
It would be, don't be so practical.
They may be the new kid on the block, but Michigan Avenue has been hot, hot, hot since it moved in. Tell me in 1 or 2 words, what do you think of these celebrity styles? Robert Redford.
Classic.
Jeremy Piven.
Charismatic, like magnetic.
And Rahm Emanuel.
Oh, I can't wait to get my hands on him.
Well, it's been fun sharing a slice of Chicago with you. Come visit anytime. Hi, I'm Arsiak Vartenian. When my Armenian father and Jordanian mother decided to settle in the great city of Chicago, they couldn't have picked a better place for this budding lifestyle reporter to learn the ropes. Now I'd like to show you some of the great people and places that make my city so unique and so much fun. If you're visiting Chicago overnight and you're looking for a hotel that's warm and welcoming, you'll find a new kind of luxury at the Elysian, where owner David Pisor is doing things a bit differently. I caught up with a very busy David Pisor in the ultra-chic lobby of his hotel. Your hotel is beautiful. What sets the Elysian apart?
We have 80% suites. Most of them have balconies. All of them have fireplaces. We really set it up to be less like a hotel, more like an estate. But I think at the end of the day, it's how we deliver, how we make each experience special for our guests.
Your doors have been open for 1.5 years, and you've already been ranked #1 by U.S. News and World Report.
I think it's exciting. We have a lot to prove. We're certainly blessed with that award. But we're just starting, and so I hope that we have a lot more ahead of us.
You've gone from medicine to high-end restaurants, and you've built and sold your own software company.
Right.
So it's only natural that you had to go into the hotel business.
Right. This is an incredible adventure for us because it's basically an incubator for creating unique service moments and doing things that nobody else has done in that space. And so it's kind of a compilation of my whole career, real estate and the service world. It's all rolled into one.
Who inspired you along your journey?
If I had to pick, I'd say Richard Branson's somebody that I inspired by. He certainly has had the knack to be able to create new businesses that were in completely separate industries and do very well at it.
Well, you're on your way, because you and him pretty much have the same path.
He's done a little better than I have so far.
Well, he's older than you also, so.
Yes, a little bit older, that's true.
So definitely. Well, David, thank you so much
Absolutely,
for taking
my
the
pleasure.
time out. Thank you. It's not time to check out, but it is time to go shopping. See you later. From many of Chicago's best hotels and restaurants, Michigan Avenue has been named one of the top 10 retail districts in the world. Wouldn't it be fun to take a stroll with celebrity stylist Himel and see what he thinks of fashion Chicago style? You've lived in LA, Toronto, New York. How does Chicago style compare to those cities?
Well, Chicago is a large city like those cities you mentioned, but they're behind as far as just having individual style, taking chances, having a personal style.
So what fashion advice would you give us Chicagoans?
It would be, don't be so practical, you know? Take chances, think outside the box. You know, look at accessories and play with them and really start working with your own individual style and developing it.
So we're here on Michigan Avenue. What are some common style mistakes that you see people are making?
So one of the things that really bothers me, I find a lot, is that a lot of men wear sporting clothes on the street. That's a big don't for me. And I think they need to, listen, put on a nice pair of cotton, you know, a cotton shorts and a nice polo and a pair of, you know, slip-on shoes or something, and you can still be comfortable. And I think there's no excuse for that. And we're seeing that everywhere today. I'm having a hard time finding some good fashions on Michigan Avenue today, Arsiak.
Well, let's go check out some neighborhood boutiques.
Awesome, let's go. Well, we're at one of my favorite boutiques in Chicago, and I'm going to show you some of my favorite trends for the summer.
Eric, I love this dress. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I'm glad, because this is one of my favorite looks for the summer too. Any kind of vibrant print like this, ethnic or tribal, is really, really popular now, and I think it works on a lot of women. Also, this really flirty silhouette and the light fabric, it's just a winner with everybody. So this is one of my favorite looks for summer too. It's the nautical look, and it looks good on everybody as well. I call this look tally-ho, you know, like by the fire, eating s'mores, snuggled up to your honey. It's very casual and comfy and perfect for those summer nights. Okay, let's head off to my next favorite boutique in the Wicker Park area. Are you ready, Arsiak? Arsiak? Arsiak?
I'll be right there. Chicago has given rise to many iconic magazines. Ebony, Esquire, Playboy. From home life to haute couture, from fine dining to celebrity dish, one magazine has it all covered. They may be the new kid on the block, but Michigan Avenue has been hot, hot, hot since it moved in. Editor Susanna Negovan tells us why. Michigan Avenue was launched 3 years ago in the most challenging time in our economy. What has made it so successful and popular?
I think that one of the really big things that happened, we launched in September of 2008, which was we launched the same week Lehman Brothers went under. So that was probably the worst week in history to launch anything. But the funny thing is that at a time when everybody else is backpedaling, to be launching something actually made us stand out. And I think people looked at us as a bright spot in a world full of things gone wrong, and they looked to us to help provide them some escapism.
Tell me in 1 or 2 words, what do you think of these celebrity styles? Robert Redford.
Classic.
Jennifer Hudson.
I mean, she was so voluptuous when she did our cover last year. Even with everything she's done, she's still got this just beautiful, sexy body, so I love her.
Jeremy Piven.
Charismatic, like magnetic, but also a little crazy, like in a good way, you know, but he's a little out there, yeah.
And Rahm Emanuel.
Oh, I can't wait to get my hands on him. I think he'd make a great cover. You know, for me, his style is very strong and masculine. He's a tough guy, and I think that's the best thing about him.
And like the mayor himself, Negovan believes the success of her business owes much to the city with big shoulders.
What people here really care about is this kind of community engagement. This idea of just all of us working together to make this city a better place, I think is really who we are and who Michigan Avenue needs to be.
One of the things that makes Chicago special is its diverse neighborhoods, more than 200. Each falls in one of 50 political wards headed by an alderman. Here in Humboldt Park, Roberto Maldonado heads up the 26th Ward. We asked him to talk with us about the challenges and opportunities facing its largely Latino population. The 26th Ward is a very interesting place, alive with Latino culture. Yet, its people are facing challenges in the form of violence and high foreclosure rates. What are your top priorities for your ward?
Public safety, for me, it's the number one priority, not only because I'm the alderman, but I'm also a father. And as a father, I also feel the concerns that most parents do have to make sure to provide a safety environment for their kids.
How do you feel about our mayor, Rahm Emanuel?
He's very intelligent, very focused, and I think that he's going to be good for the people of Chicago. So far, I have sensed he tends to be very inclusive of certain minority communities. I want that inclusiveness to expand into the Latino community, which I have not seen that much yet.
You know you have one of the most beautiful parks in the city. How does
Sure.
that make you feel?
I'm very blessed to be the alderman of Humboldt Park. You know, I think it's the second or third largest park in the city. But not only that, you know, we also have Smith Park. So we have two beautiful parks in the ward, and then we also have about 5 or 6 other small parks. That's the type of architecture that you're going to see in Old San Juan.
With a new mayor and the people of his ward behind him, Roberto Maldonado looks forward to a bright tomorrow. Well, it's been fun sharing a slice of Chicago with you. Come visit anytime. Speaking of slices, it's time for some deep dish pizza. Meet me at Giordano's. I'll save you a seat.